Yes, good morning. Today, my name is Sunil Kumar Suvarna. I am from Malardi Engineering College for Women, Information Department. I am going to explain about the Big Data Analytics as a topic we are going to be discussing now. And the first, why we so first we need to understand. First, we need to understand about why we study about big data. Because when we go to bigger organizations, they will maintain big data for maintaining their customer relationships. So not only customer relationships, any data is stored in the servers. How they are maintaining, how they are predicting the values, we can understand about that. So in this topic, we are going to discuss about introduction to big data and types of digital data and big data analytics and the applications of big data. Okay, and so now we go for the big data analytics. Why we study what is data? What is data? Collection of information which is stored in the digital format is called data. Okay, and is there another quantities and characters or symbols? Quantities means how much large number of sizes of data is stored in the system. That is called quantities. And characters means what kind of different type of data you are using. Okay, symbols means there are different types of symbols means images or videos are called different symbols we can use in which the operations are performed by a computer, which is operations are performed by a computer in which may be stored in a transmitted in the form of electrical signals. So normally we used to store the data in previously we used to store the data in the record, a physical record. But here in this concept we are going to insert the data in the computer format and digital format. Okay, and here we are going to be performed by a computer in which may be stored and transmitted in the form of electrical signals and recorded in the magnetic and optical and mechanical recording media. Suppose hard disks are there, and so they are the magnetic and mechanical recording storage devices are there. So what is big data now? Big data is nothing but also huge number of size. Huge number of size is nothing but a big data. Big data is in terms of we describe the collection of data that is huge volume and yet to be growing to exponentially with the time. In short, such that data is a large and complex that none of the traditional data management tools are able. So there are different types of tools are used like DBMS tools are used and Adobe tools are used and etc. Mango DB tools are there. So many tools have been used for inserting data into the database. Okay, and okay. Now the concept of the how examples of big data. Now, what is the examples we are going to be understand about big data? See in the we can see this image. This image is called NYSE, New York Stock Exchange. They are maintaining the stocks of the American stock exchanges. There are many companies are listed in the NYSE. So in this NYSE, they are maintaining large amount of companies are listed in the NYSE, and large amount of people are entering into the NYSE. For example, if I want to buy a stock, so I need to register a stock, and they will maintain my data into the this NYSE exchange. For example, the New York Stock Exchange generates about 1 terabyte of new trade data per day. So they will day-to-day life, the new terabyte of few trades data per day will be inserted into the database. So that is called a big data, huge number of datas. Many people around the globe are entering into the US market and they are buying the shares of the US market. So the data has been recording each and every system. Whoever, somebody will buy and some company, X company, somebody will buy Y company and somebody will buy Z company. That entire information of data is being stored into that is called very big volume. Very big volume means a very large number of people are entering into the for buying the stock in the New York Stock Exchange. Okay, so here the social media also one of the example. For example, you go to the Facebook here. Facebook have huge number of persons are using Facebooks. Everybody is posting their whatever they like, whatever they like, they are posting into their Facebooks. Where this information are stored, that is called images are stored and data is stored and many things are stored. The statistic values, social medias and Twitter and Instagrams and some of the jet engines. For example, aeroplane, how many customers are coming into buying the tickets and how many customers are passengers are traveling through aeroplane. So that entire information are also stored into the system. But what it means, huge number of people are entering at one place at a time, and they are placing their purchasing orders. So that information has been stored into the database. So why we need to study about that? Because why we need to study? Because to understand how far this business has been improved, we can understand how your business going to be increased day to day life. So the Facebook is how many Facebook users are creating the Facebook accounts and how many Facebook accounts are being used. That entire information are stored into the database. Okay. So here the statistic shows that 500 plus terabytes of new data get inserted into the databases of social media, site, Facebook, and every day. Every day, we are talking about every day, not 1 day or 2 days. Every day it will going to be transactions. So many transactions will be done in the databases. So here there are some various types of memory sizes are there. So this is the one kind of memory size we can convert it into the tabular format. Okay, which has converted into the tabular format. Now the major understanding about the characteristics of big data. What is the characteristics of big data? So here the major points we can learn about the volume and the velocity and variety and veracity. So one more concept is there here. One more fifth one point is there. 1 minute. Fifth one is value. Here the first one is the volume. And the velocity and the variety and veracity and the value. So fifth one is the value. So it is not printed here. Fifth one is the value. So we can understand about one by one point. Okay. Now we will go to the volume. Volume means how much data is generated. For example, just now I taken the New York Stock Exchange. What is the volume of one company? How can we decide that volume is there in that company? So here it is generated. Now, for example, very large amount of data is entered. So here the volume means how many number of persons are buying, how many persons are selling. That equals to the volume of that particular organization. For example, if you if an X company as sale is having 10 books and no one is purchasing the 10 books. And Y person is going to be purchase the 10 books, so that the volume is 20. So buying and selling combinedly will take its volume. So volume is very large amount of data, because this is 10 plus 10 is a large amount of data. It is not a single data is stored. Okay. So another concept is here the velocity. Velocity means how fast produced the data. See, velocity is the produced data at very fast rate. Velocity means how much fast you are transferring the data from your database to the end users. So end users, how fast produce the data. Nowadays organizations are human beings, all systems are generating huge amount of data at very fast rate. So how much, because you are using Gmail accounts, how many in the world number of millions of people are hitting the Gmail servers. So how fast the Gmail server is producing releasing the data to the different Gmail users. How much fast it is, that is called velocity. Okay. And Variety means different forms of data. Different forms of data means, for example, one person can hit one different person will hit the same website. For example, Yahoo is there. Somebody will click the Yahoo Finance, and somebody will click Yahoo Email. Somebody will click the Yahoo Marketing, and somebody will click Yahoo some other applications at a time. But the database is maintained in a single website. Okay.